Alrighty, welcome back. This time we're gonna do the interior, well, the first part of the interior of 100 Old Farm Road, or is it 100 Old Farm Road? I never know how to say it. 100 or 100? Like, 100, yeah, there, 100 is already like 100, you know what I mean? At least, well, it's not important. Anyway, it's named after an old farm somewhere. Old Farm Road. Apparently 100, I don't know. A lot of these road names and lot names are pulled out of someone's butt, so better not spend too much time thinking about them, especially as I rearranged the neighborhood. Like, you'll have like 100 or 100 Old Farm Road is like on the left side of the village, and I don't know, 200 Old Farm Road is like in a completely different spot, so I just casually ignore all of those names. Anyway, that's enough about names of houses and roads, I guess. Let's go watch me decorate a kitchen. So again, running into troubles of layouts of kitchens. This kitchen is a little bit weird. I do really love that sort of, I think a lot of people call it like sea green or something, kind of that bluish green tint of the kitchen units. They go so well with that wallpaper. It looks so pretty. I'm very happy with that, and I really like the funky pattern that I picked for the fridge, because you know, the original set, which I will try to find right now, it does have a matching fridge, but it only comes like in 4 colors, and none of the colors were really, you know, doing it for me. And I decided, well, maybe just kind of yellow, and I was like, nah, I'll just keep the funky fridge. It's kind of tacky, but I kind of love it. Here I'm trying to do something interesting with those strange add-ons, and I decided to put them in the left corner. And to make it look a little bit more interesting. It's very sad that this set does not have a arranged hood for the, you know, matching, or the right kind of height to put on it underneath that little cabinet there, because most of them are kind of bleeding through. So I was kind of like, doesn't match 100%. So I actually went, what did I go for, this one or the Max's one? I don't remember. I tried to fix it by, you know, turning the little cabinet around, but then it didn't match up with the rest of the cabinets, and took so much fiddling with the cheat, and I was like, oh, you know what, we're just gonna not do that and have it bleed through, or just pick this one from the game itself, and wow, it looks great. How about that? Couple of curtains. I will say curtains. I don't know why. That's how I like to pronounce it. Of course, I wanted to do something like a backsplash, because, no, you don't want to have those greasy spatters on your wallpaper. That's not handy. That's why you usually have tiles in your kitchen. But I wasn't really happy with those backsplashes, so I started to look for a nice wall with some tiles on that. And, you know, again, we have the issue of the normal wallpaper being directly next to the tiled wallpaper, or the tiles, and it doesn't. And lo and behold, I actually had a matching set of tiled versions of this wall. So yeah, that kind of bleeds over into each other kind of awkwardly, but I didn't really have a good way to, you know, make that look nicer. And sadly, the tiled wallpaper doesn't have kind of that trim at the top, whereas the wallpaper itself does, so that doesn't match 100%. So it's kind of, it's not perfect, but, you know, it's alright. I like it. So another thing, this house is slightly awkward to just in general, because you get like a very big front door and you immediately you walk, into the dining table actually. Maybe it would have been better if I actually put the kitchen in front and then the dining area in the back, but this is the original floor plan I was given and I didn't think about it, so I stuck with it, and then I ran into the issue of having a slightly awkwardly placed dinner / breakfast table. There isn't like a nice hallway to enter this house, so oh well. Guess just to live with that. Some nice wicker chairs, lovely round table, so I'm just trying to place them everywhere and nowhere, and I tried to put like a little seating area. It just didn't work out the way I wanted to, and I decided, you know what? I'm just gonna give up. Just gonna put that dining table there, and I'm not gonna put any like sofas or whatever. I'm just gonna pretend that this is totally normal. Just gonna put a little wardrobe there. And that is kind of, try to match the woods a little bit, wood tones. Put some light. Again, this is not an ideal layout, but for the game it works fine. I think that's the issue, that a lot of these houses don't come with built-in hallways. Usually. Do Americans not have hallways? I seem to remember they have. I've seen a lot of TV shows and a lot of movies. You guys have hallways. But for some reason, a very, very few base game lots, or expansion lots, whatever you want to call them, the lots that came with the game themselves, they don't have any like hallways. It's like a front door, and you immediately either enter the kitchen or like the living room or whatever. It's a little bit odd, so I actually tried to kind of shield the rest of the room from like the front of the house by putting some transparent curtains there, to make it look a little bit less like you can watch people eat whatever they are eating. Put a nice little shoe cabinet there with a lovely little floral pattern. Looks so pretty. Of course, the well-known traditional sideboard plus mirror trick that I like using in all of my lots. Because, usually you have something like that in your hallway. You have like a little bowl where you can dump all of the stuff. Usually people have their keys there, which is technically not very handy, but, you have a little mirror so you can check yourself for the last time when you exit the house to, go live in our capitalist nightmare. And, a place to dump your shoes and your coat. That's the function of a hallway. Except, apparently Maxis thinks we don't need them. Although, technically, game-wise, they are practically useless, but... So... Put a lovely pair of, triple. It's 3 of them. A lovely, few, umbrellas there. Lovely shade. I really like those, kind of pink and purple shades, like little things like the kitchen, appliances and the lamp above the dining table and the little pink flower. Just a little bit, not to keep everything, the kind of sea greeny and the, beige color. Just a hint towards something else. Lovely tulips. Ah, looks so pretty. So this is gonna be the sort of living room, the chillax room. Such a bad word. Do people still say it? I remember people saying that when I was younger. Chillax. Anyway. Again, the diagonal wall makes this room pretty much the most impractical thing ever. Actually, I had a lot of difficulty trying to find a nice sofa because, yeah, you try finding a sofa which kind of matches this color palette. That was kind of tricky. Because it kind of had to look a little bit homey, you know. This is obviously not a very modern house. This is, maybe a house that was inherited, maybe recently renovated because everything's very light. But it's definitely not a hyper modern house, so I have to find some of the older style sofas. Well, not technically older style, they're to look cozy. So this one's actually quite nice, but it's like too much of the same color, so it kind of bleeds into the wall, and that's definitely not something that I wanted. Because going to matchy-matchy is kind of dangerous. And I already did that kind of with the kitchen, going very matchy-matchy. And I actually wanted to avoid that with the living room. But it was quite tricky. I should have edited here, but I forgot. I edited a lot of parts of this video, so kind of missed this one. So yeah, I actually went with this particular sofa, the sofa from Sims in Paris, a living set is 6. I think the recolors are by Ricus 13, if I'm correct. Decided to go for a very white recolor, very white, very bright, with a couple of you know, different colored cushions because I was kind of lost. I'm not you know, one of those color wizards who just pulls colors together and just makes you go like, wow, that looks really great together. I get usually stuck in very matchy stuff, and I know that's not good, but sometimes you're like, yeah, but if I use this couch, it looks so ugly, and then, my god, you see someone who's really good at decorating, and they have all sorts of colors, and you're like, why can't I do that? So, you know, I'm just gonna pretend that maybe these people don't have the best taste, so I can kind of pretend that I did all of this on purpose. But yeah, no, it looks great. I actually really like how this all looks. The floral wallpapers, and everything looks just very bright and clean, which is which is kind of interesting considering we have like 2 kids, because you know, as soon as you have kids, nothing will ever be clean again. Cleanliness is gone, especially if you're a very clean person yourself. Your kids will make a mess always. I don't have any kids, but I was a child once, and let me tell you. And I'm a very messy adult. I should technically, you know, if you guys saw my desk right now, it's a kind of a disaster. Like, you know that scene from Labyrinth where she's at the oh god, at the garbage garbage. There's a junkyard. Yeah, that's kind of my desk. Anyway, back to the video. I'm trying to find a nice little plan. I didn't want to give these people too exotic plans, because I felt like these people are simple and probably have never progressed past like geraniums. But yeah, I put a tropical plant there because it looks so cool. Inner me took over. Evil me took over. Some lovely little pictures of plants, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do the same one. And I really like using this doggy painting. It's so cute. I really need more colors of that painting, but then again, I need more colors of everything. Well, probably my computer is like screaming at me like, stop, we can't handle more, stop with all of the CC, please. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's the reason I put a shower in there is because the bathroom is also meant for like sort of an ensuite for the parents' bedroom, which is this one, which is very green. Green is their favorite color. Probably the mom's favorite color. Because, you know, women tend to have a more, I say that, more outspoken view on style. Whereas men are usually kind of, I don't like that, but whatever. At least that's what I know. Men just want a good couch or a good chair, and they're happy. I don't have a lot of experience with that, so I don't know. So here we are in the blanket hell once again. Just gonna call it blanket hell from now on. I really like that bed that I picked. It has kind of the little subtle roses near the, on the headboard. Looks really pretty. And actually that kind of influenced the rest of my decisions for this particular bedroom, because I was kind of on the track of making everything very green, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna put a little bit more flowers in there. So I actually picked this particular, what are those? Are those roses? Tulips? Like, I don't remember, but kind of the red flowers that matches kind of the headboard a little bit more. And I tried to put some cushions there, but I didn't want to cover the headboard because, you know, it looks so pretty. So I decided to pick the flat cushions, and luckily enough I actually had, well, here I'm trying to put something green there and going, nah, too much green, and I actually found that these red sort of polka dot pillows. We're getting there, we're getting there. We're near there, we're near. Yeah, these ones actually look kind of cute. I was like, okay, we're gonna go red polka dots. So yeah, it looks really cute. It's, well, here, little intermezzo of curtains. Curtains. Sorry, can't stop saying curtains. No, that's wrong. Please be gentle. Anyway, just a final little check of curtains. That's a lot. Actually forgot that one white curtain near the dining table. Actually corrected that later on. It's like, oh, oopsie. That usually happens. So yeah, the rest of the bedroom. It's kind of tricky because I was, you know, trying to pick out furniture that matches the bed. It turned out to be a lot harder than I expected because it has a very particular shade of light beigey brown. And then we have kind of the green walls, and we have the kind of red flowers, and it was kind of like, what am I gonna do? And, you know, when in need, just pick the country set. It just looks so good, man. And, yeah, that diagonal door, I'm never sure whether putting, like, something near that door makes the room accessible, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Very confusing. I never really get doors on diagonal walls. Like, what will you... Maybe the orientation also matters. Maybe if I turn, like, the doorknob on the other side, maybe that works, or maybe not. Like, my god. It's so confusing. I know there's, like, a mod you can use to put, like, stuff on there, so the Sims have an easier time to walk around them, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, quick cut there. Actually, I turned all of the furniture to the light brown, both the dresser and the vanity. They were green just now then, but I took a long time to pick out a nice little painting. So, and then I did kind of the dresser, and then I went back to the painting. So I actually made a little edit there to, you know, do that. It wasn't very important. So, another little plant. So pretty. Really like this plants. Thank you, Kachika, for making those recolors and actually introducing me to them, because they are great. So anyway, that was the ground floor. Next time we're gonna do the kids' rooms. See you then. Bye bye.